In the past few years, AI has grown exponentially. What real-world applications does it really have? How can we utilize the full potential of AI within the stock market, the very thing in which brought it into existence? In this video, we're going to be finding out exactly this. I'm going to be asking AI what top 5 stocks it recommends for growth within the next week, and we're going to see how exactly these stocks perform. So on ChatGPT, I have asked it, name 5 stocks that have potential for growth next week. So here we have the 5 stocks. So starting off with the TSMC. These make the semiconductors for companies such as Nvidia. They are heavily reliant on the AI market. And secondly, we have Palantir, which I currently already have stock of. Palantir have had a very good couple of weeks with them securing a $900 million US government contract, with the US government making Palantir the only company in which they will rely on for AI. Next up, we have Amazon. It says here that Amazon is set to continue outperforming in e-commerce and cloud spaces. And to be fair, with Christmas coming up soon, people are starting to use Amazon more and more. And then there are 2 stocks here in which I don't personally have much knowledge on. We have Him and Hers Health and CoStar Group. So it says here that Him and Hers is a healthcare technology company focused on telemedicine and wellness. Moving on to CoStar Group, as a leader in real estate data and analytics. CoStar continues to expand its digital performance, such as Apartments.com, which are crucial for commercial real estate. The company's data-driven approach offers a solid growth outlook, especially as more businesses seek digital solutions. So that does seem to be a very well-rounded 5 stocks to invest in. Personally, I do see a lot of growth in Palantir, this just being due to the fact that they are now joining the Nasdaq. So we are expecting to see billions of dollars just flooded into this stock. I believe it happens on the 26th of November, the official joining date. And TSMC is very interesting as Nvidia stock is currently down, but there is obviously room for growth within this company still, as the AI market is just ridiculous at the moment. Before we skip into buying these stocks, it is important to do a quick finance check. If you want to skip this, the time where I start investing is in the bottom right of the screen right now. But in this next section, it will just be me going over the year-to-date chart and the PE ratio on a very basic level in order to deduce whether or not this is actually a financially sound stock to a basic degree. So looking at the Taiwanese semiconductor company on a year-to-date chart, we can see that they're currently up 116% with a PE ratio of 30. Looking at Palantir, like I said, they've had massive growth in the last couple of weeks. They still have a PE ratio of 328, so it's still just ridiculous. And that has increased since the last time I looked. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes in the next week. And now Amazon is on 33.35% on the year to date, and their PE ratio is relatively strong at 43. Now looking at Hims and Hers, this is up 117% on the year to date, which is kind of ridiculous. And they've had a bit of a fall in the last, what looks to be 2 weeks. The PE ratio is still also very strong at 43.91. And now taking a look at CoStar, this is an anomaly within the bunch as it is currently down on the year-to-date chart 18.47%, but their PE ratio is still massively strong, showing that they are undervalued at 169.64. So now it's time to put the money into these stocks. I won't bore you with showing you me doing this. I will just skip to tomorrow, which is Monday, to see how these stocks have performed. So it is now Monday at nearly 6 o'clock. These are the results in which we currently have. Please do ignore this Zenith Energy. This is on a Papers account, and I don't even know when that was opened, and it will not close now. I think the company might have gone into liquidation. I'm not entirely sure, but just ignore that. So let's start off at looking at Amazon today. Currently, we are down 0.2%. This being due to a price adjustment from $260 to $225. CoStar is currently up 1.56%. With no news surrounding it as of late, it's just due to price volatility. By far the biggest increase today is by Hims and Hers at nearly 10% now. This has actually done really good. Again, with no news today. There was news from 3 days ago, which was Friday, but it's interesting to see. This could be due to the acquisition of a large investment fund buying into the stock. And by far the biggest news today is Palantir is down by, well, it was earlier down by nearly 10%. This is due to the fact that the United States has allowed Ukraine to use American-made missiles within Russia. And of course, Palantir works very closely with the Ukrainian government with regards to AI, so this just absolutely tanked their stock. It does seem to now be recovering, and I do believe this will recover over the week quite easily. But it is certainly something to keep an eye on. It is very interesting. And finally, we have the Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company. They are up a little 0.17% today. So as of today, AI has certainly been wrong. I think this is due to the massive decline in Palantir, as that's just not really something you can predict within the financial market. That's a news-related sort of event. Deducting the cost of the Zenith Energy down here, we can see that we have lost £8.65 on the market as of today. But this is very early days. You can't really take anything from this. So with that being said, let's jump over to Tuesday. So it is now Tuesday at nearly 8 PM British time, and we have an update on the AI stock prices. So starting off with Amazon, this is now up by 1.13% today. In total, it is currently down 0.3. Our CoStar is now up by 0.69. And massively, our Hims and Hers Health is up 14.14%. This is huge. For a 2-day return, this is definitely very, very impressive. Palantir is slowly trying to make its way back up after that huge fall on Monday. It is now at 6.79%. It'll be interesting to see whether or not this does make it back up by the end of the week. And our Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company is up 1.24% today and 0.44% over the last 2 days. And of course we have Zenith Energy, which still will not close. Not entirely sure what's going on there, so we will have to ignore that. So currently taking away the Zenith Energy stock, we are up £16 over 2 days. Now that is quite impressive for a 2-day return, kind of. I mean, it's mostly being carried by Hims and Hers being up nearly 14%. Palantir is a huge anomaly here. It is the issue in the bunch. But there is potential for that to rise again. So let's jump over to Wednesday. So welcome to Wednesday. It is now 8 PM. Let's take a look at Amazon. So Amazon have had a 1.55% loss today. Overall, this leaves us at a minus 1.33 loss. CoStar is up today, with it being up 4.83%, and overall we are up 5.61%. Moving on to Hims and Hers Health, this has actually taken a hit today due to a large shareholder sell-off. In total, we are now still up 6.25%. Palantir is continuing to take a hit, with Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir, making a huge sell of his personal stocks in the company on Monday. It just hasn't seemed to recover, and we have had another big bearish candle here today. And finally, the Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company is down 1.63% today, and in total we are down 1.03%. So after deducting the weird Zenith Energy stock, which still will not close, we are now up £5 within 3 days. Not great returns, but like I said before, this was not a predictable drop for Palantir. So with that being said, let's jump over to Thursday and hope things improve. So welcome to Thursday, starting off with some good news that Zenith Energy stock has now finally closed, so we can actually see the correct profit. Starting off with Amazon, we've had another bad day today. Today we are down 0.12%, and in total we are down 2.53%. CoStar are up 8.10%. Hims and Hers has had a really strong day today. They are now up by 17.53%. Palantir continues to have a sluggish load as they are trying to recover still and failing to do so. This being because they're still at this all-time high and they have big boots to fill within this price market. And finally, Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company is up by 1.7% on the week so far. So this has definitely been a positive improvement for AI's potential with choosing stocks. Quickly though, we are now up by £34. We're up 3.41% in 4 days. So let's jump over to Friday and see how this week closes off and how much money we make. So welcome to Friday and the final day of this week. So going over the totals of these stocks, we have Amazon, which is 2.6% down, CoStar, which is 12.51% up, Hims and Hers Health is up 24.5%, Palantir is starting to make a bit of a recovery now and is currently down 2.82%, and Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company is up 1.7%. So that leaves us with a total of £66.30 in the positive, being a 6.64% increase on the week, which has beaten the S&P 500 by 3 times. So overall, a very good week for AI choosing the stocks for us. So there we have it. AI has successfully chosen the correct stocks for us this week to see a good return and better than the S&P 500. Will this continue though? I'm going to be doing this again in a couple of weeks' time to see if this is a trend or just an anomaly. It does make sense, however, as AI does scour the web for the best stocks through, I think it was 4 websites when it came up with the answers for us. With that being said, none of this was financial advice. I do not recommend using AI as it only just uses momentum. It doesn't actually include any news articles relating to these stocks, as with Palantir, for example, with Alex Karp selling his stock, no one really could have predicted that at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like if you can. I'm trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of the year. With that being said, I will see you for the next video.